So I wasn't expecting to film today. It has legitimately been maybe 3 days since we last finished filming the resurrection of that B20Z in the corner. And that same day, we had ordered a couple of items, a couple of odds and ends, and they're already showing up. You already know what it is. If I'm filming this video, it means it's time for the transmission and the parts for it. When the FedEx guy came to deliver my stuff, he sat it by the door and hit the door for me and was like, yeah, I don't know what that is, man, but it's real heavy. So you got a body in there? Like, no, if it's a heavy box, it should be a transmission. And lo and behold, this is my transmission from back home in New Hampshire. So excited. Shipped it. Hold on. They legit shipped it in a plastic box to keep it from leaking everywhere. Alright, this is it. I'm using this because there is oil all over everything in here. And it just smells like red line. Which is a good sign. That means I now know what I need to get to put into this car. But oh, there it is. A crazy transmission for this ridiculous engine swap. Well, normally your car's final drive is 1-to-1. It's meant to just be an overdrive gear, you put it in there. It's kind of a set it and forget it when you're on the highway kind of situation. However, this transmission is not one of those. This one has an LSD and has a 4.7-to-1 final drive, which means that it's gonna be a little wild in 5th gear, because we'll still be able to pull on it while in 5th gear. And this is only a 5-speed. This is definitely a transmission that's meant to be raced on and not really daily driven. So in my case, it's perfect because I like that very aggressive feeling. What's nice is they also gave me the bell housing. So sometimes when you order transmissions, they won't come with a bell housing, so you can get your own for whatever model of engine you have. This one is meant to fit on a B series because that's what it came off of. It's I want to say a B18Z and an Integra. So with that said, this guy, and it even has a sight hole for the clutch. Oh, that's great. It's like the Eagle, only much scarier. But yeah, with this bell housing, it should mate up to the back end of my B series block right there. That way all I need now is a clutch, which I believe is in that box right there. So it's been a couple days since the parts for the trans has arrived, and now we've ordered a few other bits and bobs like an ECM, things like that. But now it's time to go to Manassas yet again to see if we can find a wiring harness off of a wrecked CRV. Alright, we made it here. Kind of out of the way to get here, honestly. We've already found a few cars just by looking around where we're like, oh yeah, we're definitely in the right place to find what we need. Just because from right here, there is a 3000 GT, probably about 120 feet that way. There's a really nice SI in front of us. I can't tell what that looks like, but it says 442 on the side, and it looks like a muscle car, so I'm assuming that that's a good car. I can't see the front end because the front end's totaled. So, yeah, I think we're in the right place. So already we just paid our entry fee. Already we're finding cool stuff. We got Vortec motors to my right, but we found a K-series chilling here.
Can I say something? We're gonna go broke in here.
Oh, big time broke. White men can't jump. It's just cars everywhere. And I'm perfectly alright with this. Is this what I think this is? It is a Mark III Supra with the engine in it. Dang. This hurts.
This is a 7F, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this hurts to see.
So, fun fact for you guys out there, I lived with the common misconception that 7Ms suck. They don't.
They're great motors.
They're awesome motors. As a matter of fact, the problem with the 7Ms is the head studs weren't correctly torqued in the factory, so when everybody tried to boost them,
it went straight through the head.
Yeah.
Dang, this hurts to see. Oh. This is back when the bumpers were still metal. Man, that's cool. And it's EFI. This is not a carby engine. That's awesome. Dude, we're in so much pain right now. We're in so much pain right now. Alright, well, we found a CRV. That's a B series right there, but there's one big problem. I don't see a wiring harness for the block at all. So after being out here for about a half hour, covered a lot of ground, and we may have a winner. That engine behind me looks like it still has its harness, but we're gonna go investigate a couple of CRVs that are still here, just to see if we can find the non-VTEC version. If we get lucky, we get lucky. Ah, this one's gone. But it's kind of funny seeing this engine in this car, because like, it sits so far down. But then in a Civic, like, that would be too tall.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But anyhow, we'll keep looking. But I think that one that we saw is definitely going to be the winning ticket. Oh gosh, these are ratty and nasty, that's for sure. We found this Integra. This has a B18 inside of it, B18A. We're just double checking to make sure it doesn't have any VTEC, because this is a learning process for us. If it doesn't, then this whole harness for the upper half, and I think some of the body harness as well has to come with it, will be good for our B18B. This has been a fun trip, bro. Because we got to see all kinds of cool stuff. After quite a while, we finally got it loose. Thank you, Ian, for being the saving grace and low-key angel to help us get this done. We don't need that, right? Because I don't see that in the Honda. Oh, those are just power leads. We don't need those at all.
Well, these are all tied into the
engine harness? Ah, it's because of the power supply, that's why. Well, while he figures that out, I figured I'd show you something that's missing on my car. This is the same model year Civic as mine, the sedan. That's very, very apparent. And the one thing my car is missing is that. For some reason, mine doesn't have the bottom half of this thing, so we're just gonna pull the whole thing out, take it with us, replace it. That way there's something that works. It clearly held water because that was full. That was properly full, and we just drained it out. So now it's time to take him out, go get the other engine harness, and head on home. Ba-ba-da-da, the champion, ladies and gentlemen, and his opponent. The scariest looking thing you'll ever pull out of a car is the very thing that allows it to run if it's EFI. Nice. We can go home and get Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew! Here we are, day after. We are crispy sunburnt. I don't know if the camera can show that off. And Ian just got here. Let's just say the previous owner who did some things to this car before he could did not do good.
Don't own a 240. Don't ever buy one. It's a curse.
We disagree. The main thing of why I have the camera out is A, I'm getting a rental car in like an hour, and B, we have a package. And I'm hoping that this package has what we need to get the engine off the ground. So, real quick. What we got is the computer for the car. And I'm actually really excited for this. HA Motorsport, huge shout out to you guys because y'all came in clutch and helped me out with this whole part of the deal. Yeah, we'll definitely have to put stickers on the car. This should have preloaded into it our B20 engine management system. And on top of this, because we're going, this is an OBD1 system, here's our jumper harness for the OBD2 system. Basically, these two things will hook together to the actual computer of the car. This will manage the engine, and this will connect to the OBD system so that we can actually read codes off of this, or tune, whatever else we might need to do with this system. With that said, we've got headers, we've got tubes for all the coolant lines you could ask for. We've got, well, we don't have the vacuum line, but we can get ourselves a big old length of vacuum line to seal that up if we need to. We now have just about everything we need, aside from axles, to do this swap. And as exciting as that sounds, it's also a little nerve-wracking because right now, this motor has sat here for a little while, and we don't have a shop that's willing to swap this car. We've reached out to a couple different places that will remain unnamed, and No one has ponied up saying, hey, we'll help you do it or whatever. There is one that's hit us up, but they're asking for like $2,000 to do this job. And that's with me supplying everything. So if I forget anything and they have to supply it, that's even more money on top. So it's the battle of, do I take this to, like, say, Ian's and pray that we can do this swap in a couple of days? Or do I try and take it to a shop to have them fix it? I really don't know at this stage in the game. So we'll see. Any suggestions? If I haven't done the swap already, I will be definitely willing to take them. Otherwise, thanks guys for coming along. I hope the little trip to the junkyard was fun for y'all. We definitely had a blast. I mean, that was for me now several days ago, so my tan is now kind of subsided a little bit. But it's definitely a good time. Definitely go again if I needed parts for a different vehicle, say an S chassis or something like that, because there were definitely a couple of KA trucks out there. So definitely a good time. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming along. Like and sub if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. God bless and peace. Check that out. We commented on Dr. M3's latest video of Pittsburgh Cars and Coffee. Is that what I think that it says? Is that? Hold on. Come on, camera, focus. Is that an invitation from Dr. M3 himself? I think that is. We might have to go there.